Hello and welcome to another Popper video. Today we're playing Cycle Storm. We're storming off again, but this is the purest storm deck in the format. We're going to be using Songs of the Damned combined with cycling creatures to put a bunch of creatures in our graveyard and make a bunch of mana. The storm card in the deck is actually Reaping the Graves, so you get all your creatures back again, then you cycle them all over, draw your deck, Songs of the Damned for a bunch of mana, do it over and over, and then eventually you ping out your opponent with Drannith Stinger, which is whenever you cycle another card, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. So this deck used to be blue-black, but now it's red-black because we can use Deadly Dispute to dispute our artifact lands, and that gives us colors. So we don't even need the Blood Celebrant, but I'm deciding to play this in the sideboard so that I have easier access to things like the Singleton Flaring Pain, or put a bunch of creatures in play and make it a lot easier to beat Prismatic Strands decks, because we'll be able to have a bunch of Pyroblasts for their counters for their Flaring Pain. I also have a Mirror Shell Crab in the sideboard to beat opposing Weather the Storms, because if they have 1 Weather the Storm, you can just crab their trigger. And I have 3 Weather the Storms of my own, and 1 more land to bring in against red-based decks where I want to Pyroblast them out. I decided to play 22 Cyclers. You could go up to 24, just so that I can play 4 each of Songs, Cabal Ritual, and Dark Ritual. And then Ardent Elementalist is really sweet in the red-black deck because it gets a card back from the graveyard regardless, and then you can Deadly Dispute it and get it back again to get cards back again. And I've decided to cut on 1 land, going to 11 lands. So I'm not playing Baron Moors, and instead I'm playing Faithless Looting, which can draw and discard up to 4 cards total during the event of the match or game, and that will allow me to force through some sticking points a little bit easier. So that's the deck. If you're interested in checking out more content, make sure you like and subscribe and leave a comment. I would appreciate that. I always have the Patreon for sideboard guides for the decks that I like to play, and check out Pondering Popper podcast, which I put out a couple of times. And that's it. Let's get into the matches. Okay, round 1, let's go. We're looking for fast hands. We have Land and Cycler, Songs of the Damned, Deadly Dispute. I think it's fine to keep this. Play a land and pass, and then cycle on their end step. Let's see what our opponent is up to. Alright, they're playing mono red. We're gonna leave. Oh, not mono red. So they're playing. Okay, they are mono red. They're gonna go ahead and kill a Lotus Petal with a Bulldozer Rebirth. Let's play the land. I'm gonna cycle the Stinger. Okay. Might as well just cycle this right now. Finding another land. So if we find a couple more Cyclers and a Reaping, then we're pretty set to go off. We could potentially try to go for it on turn 3. We really want to see how much time our opponent's giving us, and then just go off when they're giving us the least amount of time. They're going to Chain Lightning us, so we're not going to pay. Get in for 3, putting me to 14. The Street Wraith is the best and worst card in this matchup, because it allows us to do stuff, but it also costs us life. That's 4 in the graveyard. Find the Reaping. Alright, I guess I'm going to go for it. Dark Ritual. And then Lotus Petal. I'm going to Deadly Dispute on my black land. Cabal Ritual. We have 4 creatures in the graveyard, so that's unfortunately not that many. But we can get them back and then use the Songs of the Damned again. Like, we don't have to use the Songs of the Damned right now. Let's get some creatures back. 1, 2, 3. Leaving the stuff on the stack, and then we can maximize using our songs. Dark Ritual, cycle this one. Cycle. Find another Reaping. So I can cycle here and then make 7 mana right now with the Songs of the Damned. Sweet. Cycle this. And then, do we have anything left to cycle? No. We have a Carabid. So I'm going to cycle here. Cycle again. Finding the Carabid. Cycle it. Charm is 8. Lotus Petal. Songs of the Damned. Reaping again. So the question is, what should I do now? We have 11 mana. We've used 1, 2, 3, 4 of our rituals. We only have 4 rituals and 2 Songs of the Damned left. We could try playing out the Stingers and then just going for it. Like, we have 11 mana. So we can play out 3 Stingers and we'll have 8 mana left. But then we lose on card draw. A lot of times people say that you want to just try to draw your deck. So I'm going to go for that plan. Instead of trying to be fancy and put the things on the table right now, I'm just going to cycle. Cycle, cycle, cycle. Okay, Lotus Petal. Stinger. We are looking for an Elementalist or something. Deadly Dispute on the land. There's a Songs of the Damned. Nice. Okay, play that. Make a bunch of mana. And then we can later teachings for the last Songs of the Damned. We find the Faithless looting, so that'll allow us to pitch some lands. Draw on cards. Cycle in stuff. Cycle the healer. Mantisaur. Okay, we can Deadly Dispute on a Petal. But I think I'm going to save that for the Elementalist if I can. Another Reaping. Cycle. So we need 4. Okay, perfect. We drew another ritual. We're going to play the Lotus Petal. And then use my looting here. Getting rid of some lands. Cycle again. Maybe we have to pay attention to a what's its face? Come on, we can think about it. We have to pay attention to potential for Fire Blast. So let's go ahead and cycle. Cycle, cycle, cycle. I have 13 mana. So I can probably just kill them. How much songs do I have? 14. Alright, let's teachings for Songs of the Damned. Cast Songs of the Damned. Then Reaping the Graves. Then I'm just going to get everything back. Alright. Get all my creatures back. Let's click them. Everything's going to go back to hand. This is turn 3, remember. Make a red, and a red, and a red. Play a Stinger, and a Stinger, and a Stinger. Nice red deck. Luckily, we are on the play, I guess. Let's cycle. Deal 3 damage to our opponent. Do it again. That's pretty easy, actually. We cycle again. So we didn't end up using the Elementalist. I don't know if that's going to matter. Cycle again, and one more time, and they're dead. Donk. Nice turn 3. I mean, we had a good start, so let's see what we can do post-board. So, post-board. Question is whether or not we want to be bringing in Weather the Storms or Chewers. I think that our opponent is probably going to bring in Relics, but I think kind of that the Weather the Storms are a little bit too slow against red, which is weird. But maybe we can like bring in 1 or 2 Weather the Storms. And then I need to cut on some things. So Brian Cook usually cuts Street Wraiths. But Street Wraith is also like the best card because it gives you a ton of speed. We didn't use the Ardent Elementalist. I don't want to bring in 5 cards and like have nothing to do. Cut some Cabal Rituals. Teachings. And 1 Street Wraith. Submit it this way. I feel like it's a bit sketchy that we're not keeping the teachings in the deck, but we'll see. We have cyclers, we have lands. I think I want to lead on the Snow-Covered Swamp so that they can't kill it with like Gorilla Shaman or Cast into the Fire or something crazy like that. They play Mountain Go. Goblin Blast Runner. So will they be on Relic? If they're copying the Selkis list, then I think yes. One thing we could do is play out the Draenith Healer and use it to gain life. Plays Tomb Raider. Does not currently have an artifact. Plays Relic. Okay. So I guess I'm just going to cycle once. Fortunately, they have the Relic. So they can just Relic me right now. So we got to rely on them having... Sorry. We can play the Lotus Petal. And play a healer. then cycle. That gains me a life. I have a Weather the Storm available. So here they can eat my Lotus Petal with the relic. Synthesizer for the opponent. They find another relic. It's a little bit annoying. Okay, so they're going super hard on the relic plan. Is there a way for me to transition into, like, Aura the Broken Land beatdown? Maybe? They get in for 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This Imposing Mantisaur costs 6 mana. A cycle. I'm gonna get rid of my Lotus Petal. I feel like the best plan for me here is to try to get some creatures in play. Okay, let's play Lotus Petal. Then let's kill their 1-chewer. And cycle again. Cycle again. Looking for lands. Found Songs of the Damned. Maybe I got a little bit greedy with what I did there. Didn't get to use the Weather the Storm. Weird, okay. So they brought in Smash to Smithereens and Relics. I think I just need to be on the Ingot Chewer plan. Ingot Chewer plus speed. They're going to Smash to Smithereens my red source. Okay, we lose the red source. Go to 15. They have 0 cards in hand. Gets in for 5. Sure. Alright. I'm going to scoop it up. I don't feel like it was as bad of a loss as I think it showed that as it looked like. We need to be on all of the chewers. And then I think I'm just going to go for speed. So maybe I can just bring in one of the Cabal rituals. Maybe not. But 1 Deadly Dispute for a Cabal ritual. Not sure what I'm doing here. Sideboarding, I don't feel confident against red. But this is fine. We have Songs of the Damned. Play the Vault and pass. When it leads on Last Runner, okay. Cycle. Find a Carabid. I'm going to cycle my Street Wraith, looking for a land. Play out the Lotus Petal. Let's just cycle again, looking for a land. Not find a land. Alright. So we've got Ritual, Ritual, Dispute, Dispute. That's a lot of card draw. And Storm. As long as they don't have Relic right now, which they'll probably just play the Relic right now. Tomb Raider. Lotus Petal. I feel like they're going to go for Smash. Plays Voldaren Epicure. Alright. Okay, so you're going to attack for 3. 3 it is. My turn. Let's Dark Ritual. Cycle of Mantisaur. It is turn 3. But we could win, maybe. Last time we really used the teachings to a lot of benefit. Okay, find a Great Furnace. Let's cycle the healer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cycle this Vantisaur. Can I find a Reaping? Should I just go for it? Let's Dark Ritual and Deadly Dispute the Great Furnace since we're drawing another one. Or we have one in hand. Oh yeah, we got there. Okay, so make a red, or make a black. Let's just cycle the Stinger anyway. I know what I'm doing. Alright, sweet. Dark Ritual. We're making Storm. We're gonna Deadly Dispute this. Got mana. Cycle the Street Wraith. Lots of cards in the graveyard. We have 8 in the graveyard. Again, Songs of the Damned. We have 6 Storm, 8 creatures in the graveyard. I think I have to Deadly Dispute this treasure token. 7 Storm. So we'll get back all of our creatures. Let's cycle this. Cycle again. Oh man, we're running out of mana though. Hello, Cabal Ritual. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so let's get back a creature. And then I'm going to get back my Street Wraiths first so that I can cycle them for 0 mana. Street Wraith, Street Wraith. And then on down the line. 1, Okay, we have 4 mana to work with. We're looking for Songs of the Damned. Cycle. Cycle again. Another Reaping. Getting Sketch. Cycle. Cycling away. There's the songs. Okay, good. Cycle. Play the Songs of the Damned. We have 11. Start cycling some more. So how many songs have I used? 1, 2. Okay. So there's only 2 left in the deck. We need to put as many creatures in the graveyard as possible and get to that third songs. They are representing probably Lightning Bolt here. We can't go too deep on life. Ball Ritual. Okay. Our opponent is stepping through everything. Don't know what they're trying to get out of this. 26 cards in our library still. Cycle. Now they're letting me just go for it. I think they might have F6'd finally. Cycle again. Looking for that mana. Another Reaping. Okay. Lotus Petal's good. But not great. Okay. We have a little bit of life to work with. And we have a couple of Street Wraiths. So, Street Wraith and Street Wraith. And then the rest of the stuff. We need mana. That's not mana. Cycle. I think we're gonna... Oh my goodness, we got there. So now I can just return everything. F6. We're gonna go white and red. Maybe I should just make only red mana. Because it's not like I need to use the other creatures. That was sick. We only have 1 Drain of Stinger. Oh no. So I guess I will make white. Play a healer. Play a stinger. So they're contemplating using a lightning bolt. We're gonna cycle. Oh, I shouldn't have F6'd. I messed that up. Alright, whatever. That's not great for me. We have a bunch of mana. 1. I guess I'm just gonna Reaping everything back. Okay. I meant to cycle with everything on the stack, get some pings in. But, oh well. Okay, back over here. We're gonna play out a stinger. So now we have to get to our mana. Cycle. Cycle again. We're at 3 life. We're at 1 life. So no Fire Blast from the opponent, it seems. Cycle this one. I should probably have just gone all red for the stingers. We do have the ability to make red with the last Lotus Petal in the deck, or we have 2 more Lotus Petals, okay. There's a songs, so that'll make it easy. So we'll just win now. Fair enough. Cycle. So never didn't have it. Turn 3 wins. I mean, I guess red is fast, but Cycle Storm's also really fast, so we're good. Cycle. We have to make sure we don't run out of mana, though, of course. Cycle this one. I messed up. Probably should have played the Lotus Petal and played the Stinger. Petal. Red. Play out a Stinger. Cycle this. I don't know how many creatures we have. 11? Yeah, that's more than enough. Okay, Songs of the Damned. Dark Ritual. Kill you. And the only unfortunate thing is, like, we have to click around a lot, but they are super dead. Nice to just really spam on the first game of the league. Make some mana. We're going to play out another Stinger, because why not? And then just cycle. You're dead. GG. I guess they were just too slow. We'll see you in round 2. Round 2. We are on the draw. I mean, we've got cyclers, we've got stuff to do. I'm going to keep it. I think this person plays slow decks, but who knows. Windscarred Crag. Okay, so we're up against Boros. And game 1 should be a cakewalk for us. But game 2, they're going to bring in a million billion relics. That's the turn. So all we want to do is make sure that we can use all of our mana every turn until the turn that we go off. Plays a Great Furnace. And they're going to play an Ichor Wellspring. we're gonna just cycle the Vantasaur right away. Finding a Dark Ritual. There's a Stinger, so we can cycle the Stinger. Probably didn't need to do that there. I should actually just pass the turn. By doing that there, if they are main decking relics, we kind of are soft to it. Pulled out the Rebirth. Okay. We play Windscarred Crag. I'm gonna cycle. What are they gonna do now? Raven Inspector. So Rites of Initiation would be 20 damage. Do you think they have it? I don't think they have it. We have too many lands. Play this out. I think I have to pass. Or I could Deadly Dispute. I can go Dark Ritual and Deadly Dispute my land. Or I can play Lotus Petal and Deadly Dispute the Lotus Petal. Oh no. Alright, so we need a Reaping. 2, 3. We need Reapings and Cyclers. We have definitely fizzled. Looting would be really good as well. So they play a Lembas and attack for a bunch. We're going to cycle the Stinger. Cycle a Healer. Find a Reap in the Graves. Okay, do I think that they're going to kill me this turn? Probably not. So I think I can pass the turn and then come back to it on my turn with way more mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures in the graveyard. They play an Experimental Synthesizer. So if they make Storm 4, I could just go Dark Ritual Reaping and get all my stuff back. That saves me a little bit of mana, I guess. I'll draw 5 cards. We're going to get in for 5. Okay, so they could have up to 8 damage just from Galvanic Blasts and stuff. Ichor Wellspring. So now I'm looking at not going below 5 life because of a Galvanic. So now I can just Dark Ritual. There's a Novice Inspector. Okay, so they're fully tapped out. So do I think probably using the Storm that they gave it is good. Let's Reap in the Graves. Do I want to use the... I think I do. I was thinking, do I want to use that Treasure? I think yes. Get all my creatures back. And pass the turn. So I get to untap. Play a land. Let's go ahead and just tap all our lands. And then start cycling. Dark Ritual. Cycle. Cycle. So now we have Reaping, Dark Ritual, Ball Ritual. I think we got there now. Let's just cycle some stuff. I'm trying to float the red mana so I can use it later. Cycle. Now we have a plethora of everything. Play Lotus Petal. 8 creatures in the graveyard. Storm is 5, so 6, 7 Storm, Reaping the Graves. I think we just get back everything, play out the Stingers, and try to win. We have 3 Stingers. And then maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards drawn. Alright, I'm going for it. Pass the Stinger. Pass another Stinger. Pass another Stinger. And then I'm going to start cycling. Cycle. They just scoop it up. Yay! We found a Looting off the top, but that wouldn't have gotten us there. We might have bricked. Probably not. Okay, so they're slower. We can cut the Cabal Rituals. We can cut the Carabids. We're going to bring in the Ingot Chewers. And then I like a couple of Weather the Storms. But I'm not sure exactly what I want to trim. Maybe I don't need the Weather the Storms. Let's just submit. I feel like that's a pretty good plan. But Weather the Storm can be pretty good against Boros. It really shuts the door on them and gives you a lot more time. This is a trap hand. All mana and stuff. We have no cyclers. Okay, this hand is a little bit better, but no black mana. I think I can keep and get rid of 1 Dark Ritual. I really want the card draw. I don't know, maybe the Dark Ritual is better than the second Deadly Dispute. There's a Relic. Land. Pass the turn. Play Windscarred Crag. Okay. So what we can do is just hang out and not do anything. And then we can try to get them with like Dark Ritual into Deadly Dispute. Watch them tapping out and then like cycle a bunch later. We can also use Dark Ritual to make the relic not useful. They crack with the Kuldotha Rebirth. Okay, they play land. Go Dark Ritual. I'm going to Deadly Dispute my land. They're going to relic my land. I'm going to cycle a couple of times. And cycle. We found the Ingot Chewer. So if they were relying on just that relic, that is not going to work out. I'm going to evoke the Ingot Chewer and crack that relic. Goodbye. That's the turn. We still have to find our Songs of the Damned and our Reaping. Lots to do, but we got rid of the relic, so that's really the big deal. They get in for 4. I mean, they could have another relic and everything. Okay, cycle. Find a Reaping. Alright, alright. Okay, we can end step Teachings, and then get a Songs of the Damned. They swing for 4. Do I think that they're going to have a Pyroblast? Rites of Initiation. Okay. So they're attacking for 16 right now? Dang. GG. Lame. Try again. So I think I should have kept the other mana there. This hand is okay. We have cyclers. Let's play land and pass. I mean, having the Reaping is good. 3 cyclers is good. No turn 1 relic. Cycling. Novice Inspector in play for our opponent. Okay, we find a Deadly Dispute. Oh, I have Songs of the Damned off the top as well. My bad. I saw that now. Okay, so we just need to cycle like crazy. Plays Core Skyfisher. Okay, cycle. Cycle again. 3 in the graveyard. We find an Ingot Chewer. What's he going to pick up? The Novice Inspector? Should we save the Ingot Chewer for the relic? Probably. Play a land. We could also just Ingot Chewer the Ancient Den. And then there's more cards in the graveyard. We can Ingot Chewer the Ancient Den, and then we can Deadly Dispute the Ingot Chewer. That's what I'm going to do. Blow up your Ancient Den, and then Deadly Dispute. Is that enough to go off? Don't think so. Let's pass. Next turn, I think we can go off. 1, 2, 3. Plays a Windscarred Crag. Okay, so we're not worried about a relic this turn. Alright, let's cycle. I think we got them. Pass the turn. I'll make some mana. They get in for 2. Cycle away, baby. Land. Tap all my lands. We're going to cycle. Cycle again. Then I'm going to Songs. Deadly Dispute my land. Play a Lotus Petal. Darn. Kind of ran out of stuff. Pass the Songs. Reaping. Get back all my things. Fortunately, I think I have to just cycle all this stuff. Get back Street Wraith first. And I can just leave the Ingot Chewer in the graveyard since I'm not using it. Cycle. Find another Reaping. So I'm looking for another Songs now. Deadly Dispute on my land. Dark Ritual is great. We can draw some more cards with that mana. We are cycling. Cabal Ritual. Okay. Feeling decent on mana right now. Cycling away. Dark Ritual again. Okay, we have a huge Storm Count. Cycle. Dark Ritual. Stinger. And we'll cycle that one. Okay. Lotus Petal. Reaping again. So they're at 21. How much mana do I need to kill them? We have 1 Street Wraith. So we have 1, 2, 3. That's 6 mana. And then I need another 7 mana. So I need 13 mana to kill them, which I don't have, so I'm just going to go for cycling everything. Street Wraith. Horror. Get back all the other stuff. Alright. Cycle away. Another Reaping. Can I find a Songs? Let's wait on the Dispute. Another Lotus Petal. Stinger. Uh-oh. Running out of mana. Cycle. Cycle away. Cycle again. Uh-oh. Let's deadly dispute this Lotus Petal. No, yes, we got there. Songs of the Damned. Whew. So how many, we have one, two, we have a couple more stuff. Oh my god, that was crazy. So we can cycle away. That was very, very tight. Our opponent probably saw how very, very tight that was. Going to cycle. We have to actually can't play a land. Cycle. Play a Lotus Petal. Play a Lotus Petal. Alright, how many Dark Rituals do I have left? Or Deadly Disputes? 1, 2, 3, 4. No Deadly Disputes left. 1, 2, 3. 1 songs left. 1, 2. 1 songs and 1 reaping left. So if we reaping right now, we have enough. No, we don't have enough. We almost have enough to just kill them. If I play the Elementalist and get back Deadly Dispute, I can Deadly Dispute the Elementalist and get deeper, but that doesn't help me. So I think I just reaping, get everything back, and then start playing out the Stingers. Because the Street Wraiths can be cast for free. So yeah, now I know. Okay, get back Street Wraith, all my stuff. Not cast for free, cycled for free. What am I talking about? But we were down to our last bits of mana there, which is scary. We can only cycle 3 Street Wraiths. Red and red. Play a Stinger. No misclicks, Pete. And not misclick. Because we don't have that much mana. Cycle. Go to 3. Go to 2, and then 1. Luckily, I don't think they have an instant speed, 0 mana damage. Songs of the Damned. Oh, I shouldn't have cast it right then. Holy moly, I wasted some time. Luckily, that didn't matter. That was not a flex, that was an accident. That was just an accident. Got really excited seeing Songs of the Damned there. Okay. So we're about to be 3-0, playing Cycle Storm. 1 more cycle, and that will be it. Cycle. Woo! A little bit tense. Let's go to round 4. Or 3. Oh, we're only 2-0. Oh, geez. Okay, on round 3. Okay, round 3. We are 2-0. We're on the play. Of no mana. Mulligan. Mulligan again. I think this opponent's going to be on Fairies, given that they have Bitter Blossom Avatar. Fairies can be tough. Mulligan again. I don't like mulliganing to so deep. Let's keep and get rid of a Cabal Ritual and a Lotus Petal. Play the land and pass the turn. Womp. Okay. Let's cycle. Find a Lotus Petal. I'm going to cycle looking for a land. No land. So we have a bunch of mana already in hand. And then we have a couple of cyclers in the graveyard and in hand. We're on black-white. Play spare supplies. So this could be a Bajuka Bog matchup, which could be scary. Let's cycle the Vantasaur. Play a land. Pass the turn. We're looking for a black land. Right now I have 3 in the graveyard. I can't... If they Bajuka Bog me right now, it's going to be bad. But not the end of the world, but bad. Guess I should just yield until the end step. They play an Ancestral Blade. So this is some sort of blink. Maybe it's not an Ephemerate deck, but it's definitely a value deck. Which Cycle should poop on. Let's cycle this healer. There's a Vault of the Whispers. Vault of Whispers. Now I have 5 cyclers in the graveyard. So if they make a little bit of Storm, I can Ritual into a Reaping the Graves. Get them all back. But maybe it's better to just wait until my turn. Because I can go Dark Ritual, Petal. 3. So do I want to burn my mana just to cycle here? I think I do. Dark Ritual. Ball Ritual. Maybe that's not worth it. Let's just Reap in the Graves. And I'm having a hard time deciding at this point. Let's get back the Carabid. And just get back some other things and then cycle them away. That was a value Reaping. Not a lot of value, but it was some value. Plays another land, so not Bajuka Bog. Raven Inspector for the opponent. And we'll cycle this Carabid. So 5 in the graveyard now. We find an Elementalist. That's pretty strong. It's in for 2. Okay, cycle. 6 in the graveyard. 7 with the Street Wraith. Play a land. We can Cabal Ritual. Then cycle. I'm looking for a Reaping. I mean, not a Reaping, a Songs of the Damned now. We can go like Cabal Ritual, go to 6 mana. And then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Ardent Elementalist, get back Cabal Ritual again, Reaping the Graves. I'm just going to play Elementalist for the Reaping the Graves. Make my value Reaping a little bit better. I can block the thing with Ancestral Blade. I'll pass the turn. Kind of hard decision there, for sure. I'm still really nervous about a Bojuka Bog. They didn't have it before, so they would have to draw it in the next 2 draw steps. They draw right now, and then they can crack the Spare Supplies or the Clue token to draw a card. They play an Inspiring Overseer. So it's likely that they are going to be playing some number of Ephemerates. Plays a regular Plains. Pass down on the Ardent Elementalist. Okay. Find the Songs of the Damned now. Petal. Play a land. Play Cabal Ritual. And then Songs of the Damned. Reaping the Graves, get back Ardent. And then get back the 0 mana creature and some other creatures. Okay, we're going to cycle the Street Wraith. They're tapped out, so nothing for them to do here. Another Street Wraith, that's awesome. Faithless Looting, that can help later. We'll cycle. Cycle again. Not sure that it matters that much to cycle right here. Let's Deadly Dispute a land. Okay. Just want to make sure I have enough mana. Dark Ritual is good. Okay, get the Elementalist back. Play the Elementalist. We're going to get back Songs of the Damned. Then Deadly Dispute the Elementalist. Turning him back into mana. Cycle. Cast Lotus Petal. Again, cycle his Vantasaur. Cast Songs of the Damned. Reaping the Graves. Get back the Elementalist. And then everything else. So Street Wraith, the rest. Alright, I did not fully get everything back. I'm going to cycle. I need to make sure that I have enough mana to cast the Elementalist into getting a Songs, but we drew a Songs. So I'm feeling pretty good. 4 life. So we're going to need to play out a Granite Healer. But we're feeling pretty confident. I think there's no way for us to fizzle here. Famous last words, right? Famous last words. Cycle. We're going to go to 2 life. Find a Teachings. And cycle again. Okay, 1 mana floating. Songs of the Damned. F6. We're going to go play this guy. Play a Stinger. Play another Stinger. Okay, Stinger on the battlefield. Play Ardent Elementalist. Get back Songs. And then cycle. So that allows us to build back some life, and we can just use our Street Wraiths even more. We cycle. Okay. Wow, even more mana. 2 free. I guess maybe I could have Teachings for a Deadly Dispute. We're just pinging them out. Okay, now I can Deadly Dispute on the Ardent Elementalist. And Deadly Dispute on a land. Then I can Dark Ritual. Don't think that it matters that much here. Songs of the Damned, get everything back. And I am F6 just because it makes it easy. I can resolve everything very, very, very quickly. All right. There's not really any reason to cast the Looting at this point. They're at 12 or 11. Let's just play out the rest of the Stingers, and then I only have to cycle 3 times. We ain't no kill like an overkill. We're zooming. You are now at very little life. We had tons and tons of mana, tons and tons of cyclers. We're just hanging out a long time, and then we win. Like, we weren't pressured whatsoever, and it made it really easy. Bam. Okay. So, post board, once again, Ingot Chewers. I'm going to cut on some Cabal Rituals and some Carabids and submit. This hand is probably fine. We're just going to take it slow and try to not get wrecked by a Bojuka Bog. Opponent mulligans to 6. Maybe they are looking for a relic. Plays a tap land. Play a Great Furnace and pass the turn. Swamp for the opponent. Or Skyfisher. So let's cycle. Response. They're probably going to pick up the swamp. Now we need to find a land. Cycle. We whiffed. I'll discard 1 Chewer. Dig it in for 2. No Bojuka Bog. Let's cycle a healer. Cycle the Street Wraith. I'm looking for that land. Did not find it. Well, I can't cycle the Horror right now. I mean, of note, if we find like a Lotus Petal, it could really go off. I feel pretty sketched at the moment. We're going to discard Teachings. They have 4 mana. They're getting in, putting us to 12. Okay. So then they're using a Kiba Gang. Get rid of the Chewer and Dark Ritual. Cycle. We need black mana. This is sucky. Pretty bad for me. Alright, we're going to get rid of Dark Ritual Songs. I have 2 looks. Find an untapped black source. Core Skyfisher. Picks up a land. Replays the land. Or plays a new land. So, they appear to not have relics, really. I feel like we got a... There we go. That was kind of scary. Let's cycle this Stinger. Songs of the Damned. Deadly Dispute. I'm trying to build mana. I'm trying to build Storm Count now. Cycle, we're at 6. Play Lotus Petal. We can play Songs of the Damned again. And then we could Teachings for Songs. Make a ton of mana, and then just play out the Stingers and try to kill them. It's Songs. That's my last Songs. Cast Songs of the Damned. Reaping. Get back Stinger. We only have 2 red mana available right now, so I have to get back my other Stinger. And then I'm at 6 life. I can get back 1, 2 Street Wraiths, and then some Cyclers. Okay. Make a red. Make a red. Play the Stinger. Okay, play another Stinger. They have a 1 mana interaction. Seems like no. Let's cycle. Cycle again. Okay. So we have 4 card draw spells in hand. We're going to cycle. I need 3 more Cyclers. We find a Reaping, so that'll do it. Likely. I might be able to get them without Reaping at all. Cycling away. Cycle again. I mean, I don't know what they have in hand. We cannot Street Wraith. That would kill me. Let's Deadly Dispute this. And then cast Ardent Elementalist. They could have like a Rotten Reunion. So we could play around that by just getting back our stuff. Healer. And then all the rest of the things. Cycle 1. Okay, they just don't have anything. Wall Ritual. Alright. You are now dead. GG. Alright, cycle walking over some mid-range gamers. Let's go to round 4. Round 4 versus Tarmafire. Okay, they actually used to cycle, so who knows what's going to happen. We have no black mana, but we have Songs of the Damned. Play land, pass the turn. They are on red. Lotus Petal. Tomb Raider. Swings in. Okay, I'm going to cycle. We have no idea what's happening with the Lotus Petal. Okay. Now we just need stuff to do. Let's cycle. Another Cycler. Cycle again. Okay, pass. Plays Experimental Synthesizer. Finds a mountain. Can we beat red again? I don't think so. I think we can beat red again. It's in for 4. Land. I'll pass the turn. Kuldotha Rebirth. Finding another Kuldotha. Plays a Synthesizer. Finding Implement of Combustion. Kuldotha Rebirth. Finding a Bushwhacker. I don't think he can cast the Bushwhacker, but this kind of means that we're going to be dead. Okay, so we take 2. Do I want to burn the Reap in the Graves right now? I feel like it's better to wait and see if I draw a Cycler. Did not draw a Cycler. Play land. We'll go Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual. And then there's 5 in the graveyard right now. Let's just Reap in the Graves. Get back the 2 creatures. Gonna be pretty difficult. Let's cycle. Maybe a Deadly Dispute would be good. Dark Ritual. Cycle. Deadly Dispute. Okay. Now I can Cabal Ritual. Cycle. We're cycling. Cycle the Street Wraith. Deadly Dispute again. Okay. Found a Monstrous Carabid. And a Cabal Ritual. Good. Cabal Ritual. Let's cycle again. We are doing pretty decently now. Cycle. The Lotus Petal. Songs of the Damned. Reap in the Graves again. Get back the Horror first, and then I'm going to actually put the Street Wraith on top of the pile. Street Wraith. Then get back everything else. Okay. We'll cycle. Finding a land. Not good. Cycle. Deadly Dispute. Right, Street Wraith. I need... Okay, there's a Songs. Sweet. I was going to say I would like a Songs. Cycle again. Okay, okay. We're at 2. We're at 1 mana. Can cast Songs of the Damned. Cycling away. That's my 3rd Songs, I think. So I need the last one for a... not sure how I'm going to get out of this. I need some mana. 23 cards in deck. Recycling. Another Songs. Wow. Luck sacking over here. Cycle. Oh, I thought I only had 1 Songs left, but we had 2. Just too much value. Get back to Horror. We'll cycle it. Play a Lotus Petal. Then I can Songs of the Damned. Deadly Dispute on the Lotus Petal. Find an Elementalist. I can cycle. And then play the Elementalist. Get back the Songs of the Damned. Cast Ball Ritual. Cast Songs of the Damned. Cast Songs of the Damned. And 42 mana should be it. Just get back everything now. Alright, all of our creature coming back. So the first thing I'm going to play is the... I'm going to go white, red, red. Play out my healer. Play out my stinger. Play out my other stinger. And then I'm going to start cycling. I don't want to go under 4 life. I'm just going to make it easy on myself and keep the F6 on. And then just pay attention to the possibility of a Fire Blast. We're cycling. I guess he could have Fire Blasted my creature. Does not seem to be anything other than F6 over there. Yeah, scoops it up. Sweet. So we're going to race them again and bring in the Ingot Chewers. Put on the Teachings and the Elementalist. And then Street Wraith and Cabal Ritual. I don't know. I don't feel like I can cut on these 2 cards. We're going to just kind of cut across the board here. Nice turn 4, though. We've got Songs, Cabal Ritual. We've got some stable mana. Ingot Chewer in hand. Plays an Implement of Combustion. We're going to pass the turn. I don't know. They might not even be on Relic. We've got 3 Cyclers in hand, plus the Ingot Chewer. Plays a Tomb Raider. Swing. I'm going to cycle. So now I'm just looking for Reaping the Graves and Cyclers. Play a land. I'll pass the turn. Bolt Face. So these Street Wraithers are very sketchy right now. Plays Experimental Synthesizer. Finds a Demand Answers. Can play another Synthesizer. Okay. Finding a Ren's Resolve. Looks to be pretty similar to my list. All right, I'm going to go to 11. Go to 9. Finding songs. Okay. More Songs of the Damned. Oh, it's not good. You can play this. Track for red. Play Cabal Ritual. Evoke the Ingot Chewer. Point it at the Great Furnace. Oops, crud. Deadly Dispute the Ingot Chewer. Cycle my Horror. Okay. Dark Ritual. I just have a lot of Songs of the Damned in hand, huh? So I will Songs of the Damned again. Or I can just play my land. At minimum, I'm going to Ardent Elementalist. I think I Songs of the Damned, Elementalist. Get back the Deadly Dispute. Deadly Dispute this Elementalist. I'm trying to find the Reaping. Found the Reaping. Cycle. Cycle. Guess I can play my land. Cycle again. I think we might have it here. Songs of the Damned. We've used 1, 2, 3 songs. I think I might have killed myself with that Songs of the Damned. Elementalist. We're gonna get back Street Wraith, the Stinger, Horror, Stinger, Horror. So there's 9 creatures in the graveyard. I have 7 mana. Can do a lot. I have to get all back so that I can play the Ardent Elementalist to get back the Songs of the Damned. Elementalist. Get back Songs of the Damned. If I had not misclicked, we'd be in a much better position here. 1 in the graveyard. 2 in the graveyard. 3 in the graveyard. 4 in the graveyard. And then play this Lotus Petal. We can just Deadly Dispute this right now. Or cycle. Dark Ritual is awesome. Dark Ritual. I can Deadly Dispute this Elementalist. I just need to do that later. Cycle this. This is still turn 3, so things are going okay. Cycle, Songs of the Damned. Deadly Dispute the Elementalist. Deadly Dispute on the Vault. Cycle. Cycle. I think I killed myself with my misclick. Cycle again. Cycle again. Cycle again. Yep. Okay. My fault. Dang. That really sucked. So let's bring the Street Wraiths back in. Cut the Carabids. Just because we're pinched on mana more. And submit. Maybe the Faithless looting is not that good. We should be on more creatures. Don't know. But my misclick definitely killed me. On the play. And I guess I'm keeping. I can kill a relic. Play land and pass a turn. We go land Tomb Raider. Let's cycle. Find a land. I think I'm going to evoke and kill their land. Turning their creature smaller. And I'm kind of just like trying to tempo them a little bit so I can get some time. Pass the turn. They have a land and an implement. Their creature's still a 2/2. Alright. It's in. I'll cycle. Looking for a land. Cycle. Cycle again. Alright, I think I have to pass. They get in for 2. We're going to 12. Let's Dark Ritual. And cycle. We only have 3 cards that we can draw right now. Maybe it's worth playing the healer. I don't think so. Cycle. Find another land. I can cycle the Stinger. Cycle the healer. Maybe I just need to put a big creature on the table. I can Dark Ritual into the Ingot Chewer and just blow up their implement, drawing them a card. By making the creature a 2/1 or 1/2. Yeah, we didn't find the things we needed here. And I definitely threw the match. Sort of disappointed. It looks like I should have just realized that they're not playing any relics, because they probably copied the list that I had created, which didn't have relics in it, and could have just not respected relic and maybe had a better opportunity to win, because we'd have 2 more cyclers in the deck. I have to pass. They cast a Demand Answers, discarding a mountain. Plays Experimental Synthesizer, finding a mountain. Plays another mountain. Plays another implement. Gets in. Find a Reaping. Okay. Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual. Okay, play the Lotus Petal. They didn't let me resolve my Dark Ritual. They're just hanging out. I don't understand what's happening. Okay, Lotus Petal resolves. Dark Ritual. We're going to evoke the Angachewer. I'm just pointing at the Experimental Synthesizer. Let's see what they exile. Goblin Bushwhacker. Okay, I'm glad that they don't have that. So I'm going to be playing around a Lightning Bolt. Reaping the Graves, targeting this healer. And then we'll get back the Street Wraith and some other stuff. We're looking for... I mean, we're pretty screwed right now. Trying to live through this turn and combo off. Very little resources. Street Wraith is good, I guess. Lotus Petal, not that good. Great Furnace, definitely not that good. Cycle. Find another Reap in the Graves. Can we find a Songs of the Damned? Did not. Alright, GG's. I threw it. We'll see you in round 5. Okay, we're in round 5 versus the big boss, Lyco. Lyco de Digia. We all know that that's not how you say his name, but that's okay. I'm going to say it that way anyway. So, okay. Plays a Fairy Seer. So, we have to catch them tapping out or go off early. Play land. I'll pass the turn. Just this Great Furnace doesn't show what we're on, but as soon as we cycle, they're going to know what's up. Gets in for 1. Plays a Ninja. Okay. So here comes the Stinger. Cycle. Cycle this. Looking for lands. Alright, we did not find a land, so I have to go Dark Ritual. Cycle the Horror. It's 5. 1, 2, 3. 6 in the graveyard. Vault of Whispers. We can Deadly Dispute on the land. Play a Lotus Petal. Play Cabal Ritual. Deadly Dispute another land. Okay, this feels good. Cycle. Storm is 6. Cycle again. Storm is 6 still. We can Songs of the Damned. 6 creatures in the graveyard. Might as well Cabal Ritual at this point. Reaping the Graves, get back my stuff. Get back the Street Wraith first, and then the rest of it. More Storm than I know what to do with. Cycle. Cycle. Can I find the things I need? Another Reaping. Did not need that. Looking for more mana. Cycling again. Dark Ritual. That's good. Gives me some more draws. Cycle. Street Wraith's very good. 0 mana draw. Recycling a Vantasaur. Oh man. Stinger. Cycle the Stinger. Cabal Ritual. Okay. Reaping the Graves. I guess I play out the Lotus Petal. Reaping the Graves again. Can I find a Songs? Let's get Street Wraith, then the rest of everything. I did not really expect to be going off on turn 2, but I had a bunch of stuff to do. Cycle. Nope. Cycle. Deadly Dispute, huh? Black. We're gonna Deadly Dispute. This is pretty much the last ditch effort. We found the Songs. Nailed it. Okay. Cycle. Making Teachings for another Songs. But then we have no mana. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's cycle. Teachings for Songs cast takes 5 mana. Okay. Cycle again. I'm gonna need a lot of mana now. If I have to kill with 1 Stinger. How many Songs have I used? 1, 2. So there's 2 left in the deck. Teachings. Grab the songs. Cycle this healer. We have one Lotus Petal as well. Songs of the Damned. I'm really going for it. Oh my god. Cycle. Elementalist. Cycle. So the Elementalist, we can cast... How many Deadly Disputes have I used? 1, 2, 3. So I have one Deadly Dispute and one Lotus Petal left. Cycle this. We are cycling. Cycling some more. Cycling some more. There's the Lotus Petal. So now I can Elementalist for the songs. But then if my last card is... I can also Elementalist for the Deadly Dispute. Definitely running out of mana here. So red Elementalist. Grab the songs. I can always Teachings for the Deadly Dispute. Songs of the Damned. Oh, I screwed up. I should have cycled first. Whoops. The big turn 2 for me. Luckily, it did matter, but it didn't matter that much. Okay. Get back. Street Wraith, and then we can't use any more Street Wraiths. Cycle the Street Wraith. Cycling. Looking for the... Well, we can always Teachings for the last songs, too. Looking for songs and or... Okay, the looting's not going to help me now. So we have to get to the point where we have enough mana to cast Stinger. What's my last thing that I've targeted? The Stinger? Enough mana to cast a Stinger and to Reaping. I just don't know if it's going to be enough. What we've got right now. Cycle. I think we're going to run out of colored sources here. Dark Ritual. I probably got super greedy. Oh man, we got the Deadly Dispute. So we got the colored sources that we needed. How many Reaping in the Graves do we have left? There's one in hand. One right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh god. Okay, so now we have to just Songs of the Damned, then F6. I think we might be able to do this. This is crazy, but I think we might be able to do it. Skin of My Teeth. Okay, on F6. We're gonna go red. Play the Stinger. Oh, I guess I die to a Snuff Out, don't I? That would be really hilarious if he had a Snuff Out in hand. Cycle. Don't have it. Okay. Ball Ritual. He's got it. He's got the Snuff Out. Man. Cycle. Okay, turn off auto yields. We will cycle. Cycle again. We're just cycling. This entirely depends on him not having Snuff Out in hand. If he has Snuff Out, we're dead, because we have 0 cards, and he knows that we're at instant speed. He can snuff in response to the Reaping the Graves. GG? It's going to be a GG one way or another. Okay. Get back all my stuff. Oh, he had it. GG. So I want the Blood Celebrant, and the Mountain, and the Pyroblasts, and the Crab. I'm going to get rid of the Looting, some number of Cabal Rituals, some number of Carabids, and then I guess I can also cut a Lotus Petal, and maybe the Elementalist. So the reason I'm bringing in the Blood Celebrant is because if I'd had the Blood Celebrant there, I would not have run out of mana. I would have won. I feel like I want to maximize my ability to Pyroblast them. Maybe I am being silly. Mulligan. This is fine. Should I put back the Pyroblast or the Dark Ritual? What is our opponent on? They're keeping 7. Let's put back the Dark Ritual. Play a land. Play a Lotus Petal. Pass the turn. Let's cycle the Horror first. I'm going to Pyroblast that now that I drew a land. I don't want him to get that much value. Play the land. Let's pass the turn. So he can't Ninja me this turn. Plays a Fairy Seer. Okay, so I got a Fairy Seer anyway. Potentially a turn 3 ninja. I had meant to do 3 pyros and 1 crab, but I think I screwed. I'm just punting. Oh well. Hunting like crazy. Cycle. 3 creatures in the graveyard. We find a land. Did not find a land. We're going to cycle the Stinger. Looking for a land still. There's a land. Pass the turn. We have 5 creatures in the graveyard. We're going to get in for 1. Will you ninja? They are going to ninja. Okay. So maybe they have a deadly or a spell pierce or a dispel. They're tapping out, giving us another opportunity to go for it. Cycle. We have 6 creatures in the graveyard, a Pyroblast in hand. We can Teachings for the Reap in the Graves. First, I'm going to Deadly Dispute my land. I guess if I can go Songs, Cabal Ritual, Teachings, go off. Songs, cycle, Cabal Ritual, Deadly Dispute here. I have the Blood Celebrant now. Play Celebrant. It didn't get me anywhere. I can Pyroblast this. I think I hose myself once more. Kill this. What should I do here? I can play a crab, which is a big creature. But then I'm working all the way back up to this mana. It does have Ward 3. My Teachings right now will have 2 mana left over. 3 mana. So I'd have to Cabal Ritual, or I'd have to Dark, or Songs of the Damned. And then I'll go back up to 7, 8, 9 mana. Then I can Teachings for nothing good. So I think I have punted. Definitely punted here. Why does this keep happening to me? I guess I just Teachings for Songs. And then go ahead and make a red. And Pyroblast this thing. Pass the turn. They have a Preordain. I had the turn 2 kill. And he had the Snuff out in hand. Ah. Why is the Master? Gets in. For 1 damage. Okay. We can now attack. I'm looking for cyclers. Goes Fairy Seer. I mean, we can counter a Spellstutter Sprite with a crab. We can draw into like a Reaping. Gets in for 1. We're at 13. Finding a Pyroblast. I can Songs into Pyroblast. Plays a Contaminated Aquifer. Gets in for 2. Great Furnace. Alright. I can attack now. They're attacking. Alright. We're at 9. Find a cycler. Cycle. I need to make my Songs of the Damned worth more mana. Alright. Send. Being at 9 feels pretty bad. Crab does not have reach or anything. Pass down. Okay. We have 9 creatures in the graveyard now. Gets in for 2. Pass the turn. So he's playing Escape Tunnel, which is interesting. We're going to go to 5. Waiting for the last possible moment, I guess. Swings in. We go to 3. Turning off my Street Race here. Okay. Land. Take it in. We go to 1. We untap. We have some Dark Rituals. Okay. Dark Ritual. A Dark Ritual again. Songs of the Damned. Pyroblast. Alright, you got it. GG. Too strong, the fairies. I feel like I threw it, but it is what it is. We went 3-0 and then took a break. It became to be too late at night, and I just feel terrible for ruining everyone's cycle fun, but we did pretty well. If you enjoy Cycle Storm, I hope you had fun. I hope you had fun even if you weren't a fan of Cycle Storm, and I will see you in the next video.